Yuck! Welcome back to Pleasant!
Goofy's fat ass.
Yeah, Goofy's fat ass. Goofy's fat ass.
You're confused, we're confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused about the feelings I feel, but you know what? Sometimes being confused is pretty good.
Listen, if you're this
Damn.
far, if you're still listening to this, you know that Goofy's ass is fat.
It's huge.
The
and
cakes
this is
be
our
caking.
movie.
He's got a fucking dumper on it.
Dog, I have so much to say. Okay, sorry.
Say it. Are you gonna wait? You're gonna make the people wait? Talk about that badonk?
If you want to watch this movie and sob and be turned on at the same time,
Yeah.
Goofy's fat ass, but emotions.
Today we're
Yeah.
talking about an extremely goofy movie.
And that
Yes,
is
they
the
are.
title.
I need to just get that out before we start talking about Kelsey's cry horniness.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
This is the sequel to a Goofy movie. This is Goofy Gooferson and his son Max.
Yep.
Max is going off to college.
Yep.
Wow.
Goofy's gets fired because we live in a capitalistic hellscape.
Yep.
And so Goofy needs to go back to college with his son
Get that degree,
to
baby.
get that diploma. But actually, ESPN and Disney just signed a big merger,
Yeah, they did.
an acquisition.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. And so this is actually about the X Games, and this is Brink, and Max is going to win the skateboarding championship, and it's actually not really much about school at all. This is an extremely goofy movie.
Yeah.
No, this is a movie about father and son.
always,
this is the
always
deepest
is.
wound.
Always
Did
has
it,
been.
Garrick, I know these always hit you especially.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah.
This cuts
yeah, they do.
to the deepest alpha
look-
wound. If Joe Rogan just watched a Goofy movie,
Yeah,
it would be
it
healing.
would bring back some like crazy shit. Like he would probably start talking about his father finally.
Yeah, like we would heal all those wounds.
Yeah.
This movie healed something in me as a little boy.
Every time I just watch a black dad do his darness to raise his boy.
His gorsh
It's-
darnest?
Yeah, it's just great. I don't know, like Max pisses me off every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But now that you're an adult, he pisses you off, right?
I guess.
Did he piss you off when you were a little kid?
I don't think
No.
so. I don't
Because
think
you
he
have
did.
wisdom now.
I don't think he did. But yeah, as I'm watching it and you're like, okay, so why does he have this like weird thing with his dad? His dad just loves him. I think that it is more so on this side, on the sequel of the movie, where it's just like, okay, so now you are being too much, Goofy.
He's mean.
You're
Goofy's being too much.
I was
It's
like,
a
Goofy, you're
helicopter
doing
parent.
a lot. Goofy, you are
It's
doing
Tiger
an
Mom.
absolute a lot. And then Max is returning in kind and doing too much. So it's a give and take with this one. I feel
The
like.
problem is that at the root of it, both of their problems are based in love.
Mhm.
They both love each other too much
Yeah.
that you see their core fight or flights.
Yes.
And Goofy's response is to fawn. He holds on tighter,
Yeah.
and Max is to flight,
Yeah.
and he goes to college.
Yeah.
And he
Fair.
wants to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
And
By
the
the way,
more
this bitch,
Goofy
Max,
chase him,
he leaves for college without even hugging his dad goodbye.
Didn't even hug his
Oh
dad.
my
That was the
God.
most painful
Didn't
part.
even
do you think
hug-
it was because it was like community college down the street? That was my only rationale.
He
It was
acted
state
like
school. It was not a community college. They had a frat row and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Do community colleges not?
no, not really. They don't really have dorms.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, they don't really have dorms. So, and then when they pulled up through the corn maze or the cornfield, you can see like a little glimpse of state. Yeah.
Where do we think this is taking
It
place?
has big Midwest, I mean, obviously the cornfield,
Yeah.
Midwest energy, so it felt very like suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah.
I asked a question in the group chat. Once again, I was ignored.
Uh-huh. Well, the group chat's like radio. If you miss it, you miss it.
Is Goofy, and I'm going to pose something, is he Canadian?
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, you said that, and I'm
Oh, wow. So you both did read it.
Yeah,
I
no, we
didn't-
read it, but I feel
You
like
you couldn't even
I
give
was-
it a
no,
question mark?
because it was just like
Do you see how I'm treated?
I was like waiting.
Do you
for
see this?
I
Do
was
you see
waiting
where
for
my
someone
abandonment
else.
wound comes from? It's these two men right here.
I was waiting for Zach to chime in.
Oh,
or
really?
I was also
Very
waiting.
beta of you.
No, I was waiting for Zach to chime in, and then I was also waiting to watch the movie to see what you were talking about.
And,
And
I also watched the
couldn't-
movie.
I
What are you
couldn't find
talking about?
What you
Ooh.
were talking about?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
He's just goofy.
He's Gorsh.
He's sorry. Gosh, sorry. This is in Canada. This is a Canadian
Well,
film.
no,
No,
know what,
he's
though?
Canadian. Everybody else is not. Nobody else is.
He immigrated from Canada.
I think
But
so.
wait a
I
second,
think
though.
he's
The way you
a
just-
black Canadian American.
He's a black
Canadian American. The way you just said
Indigenous.
Gorsh, like I never thought about Gorsh. Where does it come from? And the closest appropriation I can do to
like
Gorsh
Milwaukee or some shit.
is fucking
Yeah,
Fargo.
Yeah.
What if Goofy
Yeah.
Is Fargo.
He's
Just
from
like-
fucking.
Well, Gorsh, don't you know?
Where
Gorsh,
was,
don't
where
you
was the
know?
last season?
Fargo?
Yeah, it wasn't
Isn't it
Milwaukee.
Fargo?
No. The last season they're in
It's
different
called
places.
Fargo, but they go
They go to
elsewhere.
different places. Yeah.
I
That
don't like
show's
it.
so good.
It's
You're talking
so
about
fucking
good.
Whenever
Chris
I
Rock
disagree with one of them, I always look at Rainie. You're on my side, right?
I'm always,
always on my side.
Hey, guys, real quick, we're doing our live finale.
Tell 'em.
So if you guys want to come celebrate with us in person, if it's not sold out yet, I don't know. I fucking hope
Probably
it's sold
is.
out. Dynasty Typewriter on April 20th, 4:20. We're going to be doing our final episode. We're doing
Sorry,
Twilight.
it's our final episode?
That's our finale.
I didn't know that was our last episode.
That's our finale.
420.
You do
But,
owe me like 3 episodes.
we're doing Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. It's
Dynasty
going to be a
Typewriter.
parter. If you can't come in person, you can also stream the event because there'll be some little bonuses that you don't get on the podcast.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
we got to figure that out, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, Goofy movie.
Extremely goofy movie.
Yeah. put some
Yeah.
respect on it.
He's definitely from like the Midwest in some way. What is that fucking nice town? What is that place called? I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
Oh.
Garrick's got to look it up. We know this is how Garrick
What is
operates.
that, Nice Town?
Yeah,
He'll
what
start
is it? The
talking
place
about
that is
something
in,
else, and then he
Yes.
can't think of it, and he'll go sorry, and then he'll play the phone,
Yep.
and we kind of chit chat for a
Yeah.
minute,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there
and
it
then
is.
he brings it back up.
And
I
then,
don't
and
know,
then
does
he'll
Jonathan
say it,
cut it?
and then he'll say sorry again.
Yeah.
he will.
And like he'll get
Sorry.
angry. He's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah,
angry that he
because
doesn't
I'm
know.
upset that I couldn't think of it.
Brother,
is
you
the-
have ADHD. Your recall
It's-
is bad.
It's fine. Minnesota.
oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
What is that, Nice Town?
Yes.
I don't think anyone was guessing
But
Minnesota.
it's a place where it's like they're too nice for no. They're nice.
Oh, the people.
The
aren't-
people are
okay,
nice.
that's way fucking different than
I'm
the
so
town
sorry.
is nice.
Do
I was
we
like,
think
Connecticut?
that Walt Disney went to the Midwest and was like, "Gorsh, these people are goofy."
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. And then he made a dog character,
Oh.
African American,
Oh.
about.
Okay, this is important. We talked about this in the first movie that we believe that Goofy is black coded.
He is black.
Obviously.
He has a full afro. He comes to college with a full afro in this film.
He is. I believe this movie confirms
Yes.
that he is Goofy is canonically black.
Yes.
And it says it without saying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, you guys were right.
Yep.
Okay.
We got it. We understood.
Afro. He also his 70s outfit that he
Yep.
wears. That's Soul Train shit.
Yeah.
White dude ain't wearing that.
No.
The opening of the movie is Goofy coming out to hit a gong. He's wearing a wrap.
Oh yes, he is wearing a wrap. He is wearing a hair wrap. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's,
look at us.
Come on.
Come on.
No, we've known.
Come
yeah,
on.
We've
We've
known.
known.
We have known. We have known. And I feel like it's so funny how both of these films just really, really just nailed in the attraction for young black boys to light-skinned women.
I was just gonna say that.
And it's very like weird. I'm like
Correct.
watching it back where I'm just like, oh, this is where this shit
This is where it
comes
came from.
Oh, it's because we all watched Goofy movies.
And we were
we're like,
I see myself
oh,
represented,
I
question
feel myself
mark.
represented, and then all of the girls are like lighter versions of them.
Fly as fuck too.
Yeah. Like even
Those aren't white girls.
Yeah, they're not
Okay.
white. They're not white girls.
They're not that cool.
Yeah, like the poetry one.
Oh yeah.
I forget her name, but
Bad.
That is a sister.
yeah, absolutely.
She's talented. Or it's Ruby Knauer. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
One or the other.
I was trying to figure out because Goofy said that he went to college in the 70s. So I was trying to do the math of how old.
You think he was in the civil rights movement? Sorry. Like, that's why he had to leave. He was like, well, I could have stayed, but I had to go and fight for my rights. I think Goofy left, canonically, Goofy left college because he had to go out there and really just fucking
Him against the hoses.
Yeah, he had to go
He's
against the
fucking
hoses and all
out
that.
there.
Oh my God.
He was
in
part
the
of the,
Fighting
part
for
of the
his
Goof Panthers.
people.
Yeah, you're the Goof
The
Panthers.
Gorsh. Yeah.
Gorsh.
How was Milwaukee during that era? Do we know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm
What
just
they were
gonna
up
say
to?
though, man, he looks good for his age. Goof
Yeah.
don't woof.
No. The Goof don't woo.
Goof don't woof.
Oh my God. That's nuts.
You get an episode for that.
Yeah, you get it.
Goofed
That was I wrote that joke last night. I felt pretty good about
Hell
it.
yeah. Hell yeah. I like.
God damn it. The goof don't move.
He like. He moves to like everything about him.
He moves black.
He moves very black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like even there's like a dance scene and he's and it's like, okay, cool. We get it, man. We know what you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep hammering it on.
He's starting the trends. Like he's the cool guy.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool dad. He came in and they're like laughing at him, and by the end of it, everybo's like cheering his name. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, we're not, because
this is important work.
Something that I'm thinking about is who knew how to draw this man so black.
Who drew him?
Because I'm like, I'm trying to look up the director, Douglas McCarthy. I don't know. There's someone clearly involved, because I just have to assume animators, Disney animators, they're just all like nerdy old white guys.
Yeah.
Right? Especially during this era. So who was the black man on the staff that figured out how to make Goofy have that much swag?
Hey man, whoever it is, kudos and hats off to you. And I hope that under that hat is an afro.
Wait, do we know this about an episode in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Titled "The Goof Who Sat by the Door."
Yeah.
And in the episode, structured like a documentary, tells the fictional story of Thomas Washington, a black man who was appointed CEO of the Walt Disney Company and intended to make the blackest movie of all time, which would be a Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Super funny. Super funny episode.
For those who are concerned, perhaps wondering, you might be saying, okay, well, this is a sequel. Sometimes they tame it down. This is a direct-to-DVD sequel. Did they defang the claws?
Is it flatter?
It's illegal in
the
California.
Is it
Asin? Do the cakes? I'm so glad you knew where I was
Do
going.
they stack?
Does the booty do that thing?
Do the booty duty?
Do the booty duty? I'm here to tell you that he backed that thing up.
He backed that shit up, baby.
He never went anywhere.
And they do it early in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh my! They start him out in a robe.
Yeah, they start him out in a robe with the gong and the hair wrap, and he's just like, he's very curvy, baby.
You know, you've seen a man like that who comes out with his boxers on, like kind of belly hanging out, and you're like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
First scene, they're at a bar. I just realized they start the movie at a cookout.
Yeah. That's so funny. Oh, God, that's so funny. It's a cookout. Of course, Goof is invited to the cookout.
Goof is hosting the cookout.
Yeah, he put it on.
My God.
But he has this horseshoe metaphor that he does throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And he's like an expert horseshoe. I forget this line that he says. It's like, you gotta see what you want in life.
You gotta focus.
You gotta focus. And so he backed that thing up, and his booty like
It just like go, yeah.
like he does this contorting for about 10 seconds, and it's really just the animator saying, we gonna put that thing on display.
Watch
We
that
gonna-
thing there.
We saw your comments.
Toot
And we're gonna
that thing
fucking
up.
inflate it a little bit. I would say that Goofy got a BBL for this film and this role because he saw what he was working with in the first film, and he was just like, hey man, let me cake myself up.
Yeah.
A
I
little
was
bit.
so relieved.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm coming to this movie just being like, our group chat is named after this.
Yeah.
We made merch after this,
Yeah.
which is horrific.
It's my favorite.
By the
shirt.
way, coming back limited run at the live show. It delivered.
Yeah.
I love the first one because it feels like such an adventure movie. This one feels like heart.
Yes.
Like comedy and feel good down home. Like the first one was so epic and big in its nature of like what it was plot wise
Yeah.
that this one was really like, man, I'm gonna make you cry.
Yeah, this one, no songs. They were like, fuck the songs, fuck the music.
I can't believe there wasn't even like a Powerline poster.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
He had one in the back. He had one on
Easter
his
eggs.
wall at the beginning, and it just
I'm gonna
said
look it up.
power.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like really quick.
I'm going to say something controversial
Oh?
and probably incorrect.
Okay.
I think I enjoyed this one more.
Oh shit! What?
I don't know.
didn't cry in the first one. So
Yeah,
I
this one did get me.
I haven't seen this until last night, and
Yeah.
I was I think that there are some perfect jokes in this movie, which I will quote in a little bit. I enjoyed, it's clearly a riff on Back to School, but I love Back to School, and I loved this too. The characters made me laugh. The dance scene was sublime.
It was great.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, this is it's 21 Jump Street of it all, where it's just like you expect this thing and then it's subverted, where you're like, okay, he's going to come back to school. It's going to be annoying to have my dad at school. But then it's subverted in a way where it's just like, no, your dad is making you look bad, but not because of the reasons you think. He's making you look bad because he's better at your thing.
He's cooler than you.
And he's cooler than you.
And your dad's not supposed to be cool.
Your dad's not supposed to be cool. He was laughing at him. He was just like, my dad's going to suck. And then he was great.
His dad was pulling bitches.
Yeah.
At your
librarians.
college.
His dad was pulling librarians.
And I think, dare I say, his soulmate?
Yeah.
Because they were finishing each other's sentences.
Okay, so they have this disco dance scene, which is so fun, and I'm sure we'll go right back to it. But afterwards, they're sitting on the bench. La La Land could never.
Oh, God.
Their hands reach out for each other. Their pinky rings start
their mood rings, because they had a limited edition 70s mood ring.
Yep.
And they start glowing as if the stones were destined to see each other.
Yeah.
Magnetized.
Their pinkies wrap around each other.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy.
And she looks at him with what can only be described as fuck me eyes.
Oh, yeah.
They are Disney animators are notorious for being a little horny.
Yep.
All the characters in this movie are drawn with insane proportions. But this specific look, people make a lot of the Nala moment in Lion King when she, during Can You Feel Love Tonight, she goes down on her back. It's
mount me.
The fuck me eyes.
Yeah.
This runs laps around that.
I truly believe, absolutely.
But it was
also,
a
this
lot.
is it's Max in college for the first time. He is trying to mac on girlies left and right.
Yeah. What the fuck happened to Maxine?
Fun fact, there's a cameo of her that Maxine, that fan spotted, and there's a couple of Easter eggs in this movie. I just pulled up a Reddit thread.
Wait. She's in the background?
She runs in front of the car. She's on a jog with a friend, and she runs in front of his car, and it's a brief across the screen moment.
You know what's so funny is that I rewinded and paused because that was the first moment. I didn't connect it as her. But I was like, oh, this is the first one we're at school. I bet you these horny motherfuckers drew these busty big butt ladies.
And she is.
All around. And I was like, damn, they horny.
So yeah, that was apparently Roxanne. And he's macking on chicks left and right. He's trying to do things for girls. He's trying to invite them to sit by him.
They went to the same college and broke up before college.
Yeah,
but
that's unfortunate.
seems like they're on good terms. He didn't.
How does it seem like they're on good terms? They're not talking.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say anything when she
he didn't even wave or nothing like that. That
doesn't sound like good terms.
That doesn't sound like good terms at all.
I just respectful, I guess.
Yeah.
How low is the bar for you?
Yeah, right. It's it's good terms.
Myself.
Never
I'm no, they blocked you on everything, right?
Yeah, that's great. That's
it's
good
just
terms.
mutual respect. Yeah, no, that's what everyone does.
Respectful of your own mental health.
Yeah, I'm releasing a breakup book this year. Check it out.
God.
Max is so first of all, he rides hard for his homies.
Yeah.
He goes to college with his best friends.
Fire.
We have Bradley Upper Crust the Third.
The frat boy.
The frat boy who offers him a spot. Basically, let me lay the scene here. Max wants to win this big skateboard X Games competition.
Sponsored by ESPN.
and ESPN 2.
And ESPN 2.
Of which the logos are plastered all across this movie.
Yeah.
They really want you to know the synergy between Disney and ESPN.
Yeah, honestly got me into X Games, to be truly in the 2000s when this movie came out, I was like, what is this skateboarding stuff where they get to jump in the air and all that? And I saw the X Games logo, and as a susceptible child, I saw the logo again, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch this, and it was sick.
I couldn't stop thinking about all the approvals they must have had to go through. Obviously, Disney is the bigger brand, but now you're using X Games.
And they were announcers, right?
And announcers, and ESPN, and ESPN2. And at one point, they have the X Games logo exploded and crashes
It's a big
in a
set piece.
fiery inferno.
Yeah.
It's just that must have sucked to go through all those approvals.
Someone
Also-
was like, yeah, you got to change this. You have more X.
Yeah,
More
this
ESPN.
really quick. I was gonna say, I guess they were okay with it because this was straight to DVD, and they were like, well, nobody's gonna see it at the time. But I mean, everything is forever. All media is forever, and I think this movie is trending on Disney Plus because it was on the front page because they just announced that they're doing a documentary about the Goofy movie.
I dropped it in the group chat.
You did,
You read it.
and we read it.
Hey, I feel so
I
sad.
didn't respond.
No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
We read it. I read it.
But I am curious what the fuck this even means that there's a documentary about a Goofy movie coming
I
out.
hope they talk about how black it is.
Yeah, they better. I feel like in this age they
have
would.
fucking Powerline is Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And James wasn't.
You know they're gonna have Questlove. He's just a talking head in every
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for him
Yeah, I
to
want
talk
it.
about a Goofy.
And
I
music
like his
and,
perspective on things. I like
Yeah.
hearing his perspective on things. I don't know if I like it
Got a lot of
per se,
wisdom.
but it always feels like it comes with a lot of
Yeah.
wisdom.
Smart
Mhm.
guy.
Have you ever heard him talk about D'Angelo and the making of Voodoo?
No.
It's very cool. Anyway, you should watch that.
Okay. Guilty pleasure.
So Max rides hard for his friends. Bradley Uppercrust, his group.
Great name.
Yeah.
Incredible name.
Upper Crust.
the third.
Hilarious.
I was just like rich.
Yeah,
Like
rich.
upper. Yeah, it's just so funny.
exactly
It's
what
such a
you think
fun
of
name.
a rich frat boy who's the captain
Yeah.
of the X Games team.
But I also wouldn't think that he would be a good skateboarder. I think that they miscast Bradley Uppercrust as a skateboarding bro.
I agree with that.
Oh, for
where I'm
sure. Like a
I don't
preppy
think rich-
skateboarders? No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
rich
didn't
kids
believe
don't
in
do skateboarding at all. He develops an app or something like that.
Well,
and
Well,
They
no
were
spoilers,
doing-
but he wasn't good at skateboarding.
That's
he
true.
wasn't. Yeah.
They were doing Animal House with like the rich frat and then
Yeah.
like the misfit frat.
Yeah,
but
fair.
then they said, but we also are going to do skateboarding.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And
Okay.
one of his friends gets clearly into weed. He smokes weed for the first time in college because he starts doing slam poetry with the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
And the other
Yeah.
friend is also kind of he's more of like
He is an actual.
By the
oh,
way,
yeah, he does like
the friends put some respect on
PJ.
their name. That's Pauly Shore
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
and the voice of the Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, who didn't
Carl?
know that?
Fucking
Who
hate-
didn't connect that
I
dot?
hate
You hate his voice?
I hate Carl.
You hate Carl.
I love
Yeah.
PJ.
I
Carl.
had like I went through the same exact thing where literally look at this in all caps, the voice from Jimmy Neutron in my notes, and then I went, wait a second, we've done this before,
Yeah,
and
we
Garrick
have.
hated this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to we can talk about anything.
Yeah. That I mean, upper crust and all of it. Like seeing this young lad skateboard down the street and just do all of these tricks, and then everybody's like, "Wow, I think this guy's gonna fucking make it all the
That's
way."
sick.
And then I don't know what caused them to go into the what is it called, like the last bean or whatever or something like that. The
Well, they said, we got to get this guy on our
poetry-
team.
yeah, the poetry shop. Essentially. Which is like kind of saying like this is a bar because
Uh-huh.
there's a scene later where he's just like, I need an espresso. Don't make it a double shot or whatever. he looks like
Because
he's
in
like down
college,
on his
what else
luck.
are you gonna do? You go to a kava bar or whatever.
Yeah. But that whole scene of him skateboarding down the street, that's what I've always like wanted to do as a as a skateboarding child.
And to be so good
Yeah.
that people go, we must have you.
we must have it.
Who's that kid? Who's that new guy?
Exactly.
Can I tell you, I did have that moment.
Yeah.
In my life, one time.
No.
Wow.
One time, my sister. I had an older sister. She was in high school 2 years ahead of me. So when she was a junior, I guess I was coming in as a freshman, and they were like, "Wow, all of our seniors just graduated. We don't have anyone for musical theater." And my sister was like, "Well, my sister can sing pretty well." And they were like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. A freshman doing the senior spring musical, whatever." Bitch, I came in. I fucking did my audition in front of everybody. Did you hear that?
Hippo.
Was that a fart or a snore?
That was a fart. He's
Hippo's
awake.
fart was comical.
That was good timing too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I blew the fucking roof off that place.
The way
and
that
I
Hippo
was,
just blew his
farted.
asshole.
it was like, we have to get her.
Yeah.
And the girl who ended up getting the lead was like, hated me because she was like, I was too close to her star, you know? But it was my moment. It was
Yeah,
that, like, we
that's-
have to have her. We
You were
gotta get her.
Gabriella.
I was Gabriella and Max in that I was the coolest one with the actual talent, not to toot my own horn, but toot.
I want to
There it
get
is.
your guys' take on this, okay?
Yeah.
Because Bradley Uppercrust, who is like they're the greatest team in skateboarding history.
Yep.
They go to Max, this freshman, first day of school, and they say, we want you on the team. Max is like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He turns to his boys, and they're like, no, we don't want them. We just want you. Max drops the ultimate heater.
Hardest
It's
line.
all of us or none of me.
None of me.
Unbelievable heater.
Yeah.
Like without even like second guessing.
Not
too.
even a second. Because that's what you would think the story would be.
The struggle.
Is about him being like, no, this is going to be really great for my skateboarding career.
It was Brink.
Yeah, it's Brink, where it's just like, I need to, maybe leave
Max
my
don't
friend.
fuck with that.
No.
He was like, no, you
that.
fucking losers without my friends.
You guys suck.
Eat a dick. But
Yeah.
that's the vibe of a true skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
Yeah.
selling out for nobody.
Yeah.
But then he goes, I wondered, did our boy Max go too far?
Oh.
Because he then goes, goes to Bradley Uppercross, a senior at this college. You are a freshman, day one. And he goes, you're going to be my towel boy.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah. Whoa.
You gotta,
whoa,
like,
whoa.
brother.
There's
You're
one
getting her
thing-
ass beat.
Yeah.
One thing to say, like, hey, actually, like, I love my friends and I'm going to stay with them. Like, respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
That's cool. But then to be like, and also, fuck you.
I'm
fuck
gonna fight
you.
your bitch ass.
Yeah. Even watching this as an adult, I'm just like, okay, so let me think back on how I felt about Max and Goofy's relationship as a child. This is nice. This is sweet. While I'm watching this movie as an adult, I'm like, okay, well, Goofy, you might have raised a monster, Doc. You might have raised like a cocky bad person, like not in a confident way. Like confidence is one thing, but like actual conceit is like fucking.
You're missing some social cues here, brother.
Yeah. It's just like there was no reason to go that hard on him.
Look,
But
No.
a single dad with a dump truck ass. He never stood
Yeah.
a chance.
What do you
Yeah.
expect? He's gonna be a little messed up, you know? No, I thought our boy Max gets humbled.
yeah, there's something by his own father, which is great.
Exactly.
There's something to be said about when you tell your child that they're special over and over and over,
Ooh.
and then they just aren't, and how that affects them going forward. That this movie kind of touches on.
Because you know what?
Mhm.
I could 100% see Max being a villain.
Yeah, and crash out like abso-fucking-lutely.
And it becomes like dad versus son,
Yeah.
but like Goofy's the good one, Max
Yeah.
is evil. I could have totally seen that movie.
Yeah. There is also something to be said for a third movie being about exactly as you're pitching. Like Max is just not good. He's
falling off.
He's falling.
He's
He's just not a
strayed.
good.
An ungoofy movie.
An
He's been
ungoofy
loved
movie,
too
a serious
hard.
movie.
It's like what happens when you're too sheltered and too hard. That's
A
love.
Serious Man is actually the
serious.
third in
Like,
this
Yeah.
franchise. I just wrote down the line that I loved. Back off, man. I've got a biscotti and I'm not afraid to use it.
There's so many one-liners in this that just
Yeah.
make you go like, ugh, adults don't like appreciate
Yeah.
this shit anymore in our real life.
I will also say this is the first movie that I noticed the joke writing of something where I was just like, oh, that's clever. Like a
Yeah.
clever, and just like, oh, okay, so this might be like pushing me towards writing
So you were saying when
I
you
think
watched this as a kid.
as a child. Yeah. So like
Whoa.
this is, I probably saw it when I was like 12, 13. So
Yeah.
this was in
What year?
2000.
Oh, wow.
This came out in 2000, and yeah, so I didn't, I didn't see it when it came out, but like a little bit after. But there's a part that's like a throwaway joke as you're panning the screen.
I
And-
genuinely
Yeah,
laughed out loud.
It's so fucking funny.
It's Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore's character, what is his name?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Pauly Shore's character, and he's just staring at his hands and like picking under his gloves, and he's like, you ever wonder why we always wear gloves? And it just pans straight past. Nothing, like not acknowledged at all, just making fun of the fact that in every Disney property,
Oh,
they're
LOL.
always wearing gloves. And he's like picking under. It's like, why do
Why
we
are we
do
Because
this?
you're like, oh yeah, adults write this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
some funny stoner dude from like Anaheim is writing
Right.
this.
Yeah,
and that's
but
just the intro shot, like to another scene.
Yeah.
It's just
Ah.
establishing the coffee shop and Pauly Shore points out that Disney characters are all wearing gloves
And
for
he's
no
stoned, right?
discernible
Because
reason.
he's at the coffee shop.
He's
Because
stoned.
in Amsterdam, the coffee shops are where you get stoned.
It's
He's stoned all
such
the
a
time.
good joke. And I
Yeah.
like genuinely, Maggie's asleep. I'm alone in my living
I
room.
know.
I do not laugh out loud when I'm
Yeah.
by myself.
Yeah.
This movie made me laugh out
Yes.
loud
Yeah.
by myself.
You
Yeah.
did write a lot in the group chat about how excited you were for this movie.
Yeah.
As you were watching
It
it
was-
late at night.
Genuinely like some perfect lines. That to me is a perfect joke. There is like the hard-hitting lines when Max does his skateboarding.
Yeah.
And he's or actually no, sorry, first this is Bradley Uppercrust goes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm wrong again. Goofy goes because they make him cheat.
Oh, right.
So he gets a perfect score and it's 10, 10, 10, 10. Pause. Germany gives a 9. That is perfect for two reasons. One, because Germans are mean, and also 9.
9.
9.
Oh,
That is
God.
that's just like
It's good.
that's
It's
just a
good.
great joke.
Also, why is Germany voting in X Games?
Yeah,
A
it was a
great
global
question.
thing,
Oh,
but,
that works.
yeah.
Wow.
There's something
International.
to the goofiness
Ah,
of animated movies and this specific type of animated movie, which is
Yeah.
really a lost art. It makes me think of the new Looney Tunes movie just came out the day the Earth stood still,
Oh.
and like people are taking photos of themselves in the theaters where they are the only one person in the theater.
I didn't even know that was out.
Yeah, there you go, and it's like. It's a bummer. Like
That's
we've
sad.
moved on. I mean, we talk about our favorite, our green fave Shrek, which brought
Yeah.
meta comedy into the animated space, but there's something that is unbeatable about just a goofy guy.
And
Yeah.
here's the thing, and this kind of ties into what I'm saying about it being so emotional. Like what we love about Finding Nemo, about Paddington, all of these like really big, huge successes in animation, kids, family movies, is that they're the surprising emotional of it,
Yeah.
where you connect and you go, oh my God, my dad, oh my God, like my relationship with whatever.
I'm not lying when I say I teared up at the end of this movie.
I
Yeah.
teared up at the beginning of this movie. The moment when Max leaves and Goofy starts having a
Existential crisis.
a panic attack.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
He's at work and everything he looks at turns into Max.
Yeah.
He opens his work locker. It's a picture of baby Max. And like you just start to see like where this man had his son, his baby son strewn throughout his daily life, ripped from him, taken from him, not even against his will.
And this bitch didn't even say goodbye.
Willingly. And I cried. I literally was crying like that. If that's how my parents felt when I left for college,
Yeah.
granted, I don't think that's how I felt. They were like, bye. But like,
they were relieved.
oh
Yeah.
my
Get the
God.
fuck outta
It
here.
was,
It's-
it made me feel terrible.
Yeah, it's also like really, I mean, throughout this whole thing, it's really sad that kids do not have the frontal cortex or whatever to be able to look at their parents'
Yes.
love for them and acknowledge it and see how much they mean to their parents.
Ugh.
to-
You're not
to-
alive
at the
long
po-
enough.
You're not alive long enough.
You're not,
Yeah.
because I felt that same exact feeling. I was like,
Yeah.
why is Max such a dick?
Yeah.
Why was I such a
Because
dick
he's not
when I was
he's not
13?
old enough to actually
To know what
have
like
empathy.
deep love means. Like
Yeah.
what deep family
Yeah.
means.
Familia.
And like
And it-
what a gift it is to have parents that
Max,
love
you
you
wouldn't
that
last a
deep.
day in Fast and Furious.
You
Not
wouldn't
a
fucking
day.
last a day.
I don't
You
know,
wouldn't
he was
even
pretty
get to
loyal
the
to his
Coronas.
homies.
That's actually a good point. It's-
He was a ride or die.
Yeah.
No
Well,
pun
he-
intended.
Familia doesn't select, okay?
Yeah.
Just doesn't pick and
That's fair.
choose.
But this movie made me cry a lot
I'm-
because also like Goofy keeps fucking up and he's not meaning to. It's not a malicious thing, but it's like inherently embarrassing Max. And I see that a lot with like the relationship with my mom,
Yeah.
where she's just like a very showy, even bigger personality than me. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, people are staring. And that might be embarrassing for me, but it brings her so much joy. And I'm like, oh my God, sometimes you just have to let people be themselves and like love them for who they are, not for what they're not.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. So I know I do this all the time, but this is also bringing up something
Here
else.
we go.
I apologize.
Let's do it.
I did
Drink
put in-
if you're drinking.
drink if you're drinking.
Oh my God, the guilty pleasures drinking game.
Oh,
We have to add
God.
it for the live show.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, that would be great.
Anytime I make a sexual reference, anytime Garrick has to
Brings
say
up
I'm
something-
sorry or brings up his
brings
phone
up
to look
something
something
else.
up or
I'm not
references
looking at my
another
phone.
movie.
References another movie
Uh-huh.
or a property.
2 points if it's
I texted you guys about it in the group. The show, it is 4 episodes. The show Adolescence on Netflix. 4 episodes, 4-hour-long episodes. And it builds to a 4th episode that is about a father's relationship with his son. And it is this movie, but like
Drama.
hardcore. Like, and it gets to like a beautiful point. I'm trying not to be spoilery.
Yeah, because I want to watch it.
I do genuinely want people to watch it. It is fantastic. It will probably be the best thing that comes out this year.
Damn.
Damn.
Garrick's making some hard statements lately.
I'm dead ass serious. I have no like. I don't think anything is touching it. It is 4 episodes long. It is each episode is an hour-long one shot.
We need to watch that this weekend or
I
not?
guess so.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But the 4th episode, it builds to something that is like rarely talked about boys, young boys, and their fathers' relationships with those young boys. And it's like, it's devastating. That is something that like will haunt me for the rest of my life. Like full tears, full like I don't know what to do with the rest of my day.
That's why you've been so bummed today.
Yeah. It really did bum me.
So what you're saying is what's it called?
Adolescence.
The Adolescence took from a goofy movie, an extremely goofy movie.
Yes.
Is the father-son
Yes, that
dilemma.
father-son dynamic.
That's what I'm
that
hearing.
dilemma.
Yeah.
But like it goes without, or there is something to be said about an extremely goofy movie that also touches on something that, you know, came out 25 years later.
That's still
that relationship between a father and his son is so important.
It's still so broken in this world.
And it is still very, very broken.
We have work to do.
Yeah.
We have work to do.
Yeah. But yeah, also like that they fucking, you know, put it on screen.
Damn.
Like so long ago.
Do you believe in Adolescence that they're also coded as canonically black?
Aren't they like painstakingly
I know he's a little
pale?
white boy, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious if the story is
very white, very
okay.
British.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
British.
British.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to check.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You mentioned Paddington earlier, just as an object. Like there are scenes in this movie. I'm thinking about the beginning when Goofy's trying to tape up the banner.
Yeah.
If you take the Paddington score, because this movie does actually have like a pretty bad score. It's like my one. Like it's
That
just
was
like
my one note.
background
Yeah.
music. Like it's bad. They didn't have budget for a score. But like there is Paddington shenanigans. Like
Yeah.
The physical comedy is funny.
And I can only imagine if they had even more budget, because this is a cheap movie, and it doesn't look cheap.
No. It doesn't look cheap at all.
No.
There was one shot I couldn't believe. It was like Max reaching for something, and it was like they had the camera where his hand touches the thing. And I was like, oh, why did they go that hard on that shot?
Well-
Animation-wise, they like storyboarded the fuck out of this.
They also have a something I'm such a sucker for, which is a psychedelia dream sequence of a
Yeah.
character's like deepest unconscious fears,
Yes.
and he's not fucked up. He just
No.
has one.
Panic attacks.
It's really
But it's also like, you know, again, it's talking about that being afraid of raising a monster, where it's like in his like
This
his
is we need to
fears-
talk about Kevin. We need to talk
Yeah.
about Max Gooferson.
Yeah, we need to talk about Max. Max is kind of mean, and he's
Kinda
like,
mean.
I don't want my child to turn out to be a mean guy, and
And
he's like
this-
falling asleep, and his kid is turned into a monster, fucking breaks a picnic table or whatever the fuck. I mean, that's kind of like, it's nuts about parenting where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I am guessing. But I'm hoping that the love that I have for my kid is received in a way and
Yes.
spilled off in a way that he then loves other people, but it's having some form of like feedback loop to where he feel like he's loveless, you know?
That's I think like at my deepest core fear of having children is that like I would love them so much and they wouldn't get it.
They wouldn't understand what it is.
And I'd
or
be
they'd
like-
be so accustomed to it that they wouldn't even feel love if they saw
Yeah,
it.
because it's almost like it's too freely given.
The psychedelia dream sequence is also after my other favorite joke, which is Goofy is stressing out during his test, and the test just says, briefly explain the meaning of the universe. That's a perfect joke.
Yeah.
That is a perfect joke in just thrown away in this
It's
straight
on
to
a paper.
DVD movie.
Yeah.
There's so many like background things too, because I feel like in animation you can't do that where
you
there's just shit happening where you're
stuff
like,
as much.
LOL.
Yeah.
My favorite line, and then I want to get into the X Games of it all, but they offer Goofy to a spot on the upper crust team. And he says... The Gammas, thank you. And he goes, well, no, Gorsh, I want to be with my son. And he says, I'm not sure you understand this opportunity. And Goofy goes, and this is going to set Garrick off.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure you understand the bond between a father and a son.
Oh, my God.
I went, yes! Heal that wound!
Yeah.
And then Max goes, oh, I'm going to take my father's love and I'm going to manipulate it because he's such a fuck up, such a fucking goof that if I put him on the Gammas, he's going to thwart their team.
That's mean.
Max is
It's mean. It's so mean.
But is it because he didn't have a mom?
It's because his dad had a fat ass.
Yeah, that's why he was fucking jealous of that fucking
His
donker.
dad had a dump truck that he was...
Pillows, man.
It's nuts. But like, yeah, it's so mean. It's like I understand like fucking get out of my face, get out of my room. I'm gonna fucking slam the door and all that stuff.
I hate you, Dad.
Ness of like the 2000s where kids were just so aggressively rebelling against their parents.
Before we had any like medications.
Sure. Before we had any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess that was like the Attitude Era, and that like kind of bled over into animation. And they're just like, let's just like kind of exaggerate that a little bit for this movie. But also at the same time, like now I'm just like, I hate you. I fucking hate you. That really, really hurts as just a nice dad trying his hardest.
It always makes me laugh when people say, I see it all the time on social media, I love my kids, I don't like them. And I'm like,
what? We say that out loud.
But see, that's fucking Max's growing up to then fucking have kids because they're just like, I don't want to be my friend's kid. I don't want to be my kid's friend at all because my dad was my friend and I hated it. So I don't want to have those wounds be pushed down into my child. And now
he's giving like Robbie Williams' dad.
Yeah.
I had to bring it in.
My name is Robbie. My name is Max Gooferson. And for the next 2 hours, your rice is mine. Okay, we gotta talk about the X Games because they train. It's all about skateboarding, right? This big skateboarding competition that's coming up. Skateboarding competition that's coming up. This is a lot more than a skateboarding competition.
Yeah.
It's the X Games, baby.
It's
rock climbing?
Yeah.
They did like a tour of all of the X Games that are on ESPN. It felt like
it's more. What's it more than a triathlon? What's an octathlon?
Yeah, I guess
it's downhill sledding.
Downhill sledding.
It's so funny because they were like, "Oh, now we're at the triathlon portion." It's like it's been a fucking athlon.
This man's on a bike on the beach, swimming in the ocean, running. I'm like, you got blisters, brother.
You guys have only been training skateboarding.
This is CrossFit the movie.
Way neglected the rest of this.
Yeah.
In fact, skateboarding, I would argue, is like the least important part.
Easiest part.
Yeah,
no,
when did fucking Pauly Shore learn how to rock climb?
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly.
That was nuts.
I don't know anyone in college that's doing this much.
Also,
you're drinking beer, you're keggering, you're sleeping with chicks, you're not training for your life.
You're trying to forget Roxette, drowning out your sorrows.
Roxanne.
Whatever.
Roxanne.
She ain't in this.
Roxette and Maxine, you too.
Yeah.
Clearly wasn't memorable enough with those
I was listening to she's so memorable.
To the song, I guess. The Roxanne song. Roxanne. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just listening to it. And
I was curious if you guys noticed this.
Oh.
So Goofy's a dog.
Yeah.
No.
Max is a dog.
Yeah.
Everyone in this college town is a dog. Upper crust is a dog.
Yeah.
Bradley Upper crust. His underling Tank is a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going through this. All the people in the background characters are dogs.
Yep.
The principal's a dog. Librarian's a dog. Okay? So we're all dogs.
Yes, we are in agreement.
The referee of the X Games is a bear.
Oh, I didn't even know.
And is like a fucking hairy.
Are we sure it wasn't like a chow chow?
No. Every character in this movie is dog, and this is a fucking bear.
Yeah, was it the one that was like, oh, you guys are late or whatever? Okay, with the one to watch.
Oh yeah, he's a bear.
He is?
I don't know, he's kind of giving hippo.
No, not that guy. That's not the guy.
Oh, that's not the guy. I thought that was the guy.
referee. This is going to be so good. You guys are going to love editing this.
Are you sure it's not this guy? Because that looks like
That
the
looks
guy.
like
Oh, yeah, it is that guy.
Yeah, it's that guy.
It's kind of it's giving hippo.
No,
It's
he's-
English bulldog.
No, he's definitely
hairier.
a bear.
Look at okay.
No, that's definitely
That's a
a
dog.
bear. That's a
No,
bear.
the way that all the characters are in this movie, they have like their basically the hair is to the side of them and their face is unhaired, right? Every character follows that pattern within a small little nose. This guy is full hair face with different ears, a big nose. That's a fucking bear.
Yeah.
Okay, Reddit is
Rainie?
saying
Yeah, that's a bear.
That's a bear.
Reddit is
Why?
saying
Why?
that
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Shut up, Zach.
Why?
They're saying that this movie takes place in Chicago, and that's a nod to the Chicago Bears.
Oh.
That's an
Zachary just dropped his phone.
that is the stupid. What are you talking about?
That's what Reddit says, and
that-
therefore you know it's
That
true.
is a nod to the Chicago Bear. That motherfucker don't look nothing like the Chicago
I
Bear.
still
logo.
think he could
Also,
be.
he's wearing green.
I
Yeah,
still
it's
think
not
he
even wearing
could
the
be.
colors.
He ain't even wearing the colors.
I think he could be a big old English bulldog.
He looks like a bear. He looks like a bear in the like tailspin.
I think it's because I just have
universe.
hippo that I see hippo in him, and
Wow.
it's hard to unsee it.
Okay, real quick. Shout out to Brad Garrett as Tank.
Fuck yes.
Love his voice. I love him in everything he
Love
does.
everybody loves Raven. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh,
the
I see,
goat.
I see.
The goat.
He's so fucking good. I love the whole ending where there's actually a because we need to bring back 9/11 in every episode that we do.
Oh
There
my god.
is a common misconception online that this movie is part of movies that had to be re-edited due to 9/11. Jack, in fact, cited it in today when I was talking about Extremely Goofy Movie. That is false. So at the end, they explode the giant X Games logo and it crashes down.
Uh-huh.
This is something that Bradley Uppercrust does.
Oh wow! And,
And-
they go in and they run into the
And they run in and they
burns.
say, and Max says, it's more important, you know what? I'm not going to win this race. I'm going to save Tank.
Mhm.
And there's a rumor that they had to change the explosion and the intensity of the X game crash due to 9/11. That's not true. This came out a year before,
Yeah.
unless they were in on it.
Yeah, they were in on it, baby.
Well, now you
Inside
said
job.
something that we can't stop.
Goofy was a part of the inside job. Maybe one of my favorite lines though is that they're Tank, Goofy, and Max are all on the skateboard,
Mhm.
and they're like they push Max out and they say, "Go win that race, son!" And Max goes, "That's some kid you got there." And Goofy
Tank says,
"Tank,
you said Max.
damn,
Yeah.
fuck." Tank says, "That's some kid you got there." And Goofy says, "You're wrong, Tank. He's not a kid anymore."
That's a
Oh, man.
That's a wait.
Fuck!
But hold on. Can someone explain to me this Tank
Why it's
character?
a bear?
Why is he from like the fucking Departed? Like, why is this a grown man
Oh,
like
because it's Brad
bullying
Garrett.
kids?
Brad Garrett.
It's Brad Garrett. That's just a voice that he does.
But didn't it kind of give like this is a man in college?
Yeah, but like also like every time I would be in like for the short amount of time that I was there, there were full adults that were also 19.
Rainie, you just let me say that fact, knowing damn well that I was wrong.
What?
I fully, I thought that I didn't know that was wrong.
I didn't.
Wait.
No, but what I said was wrong.
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
I'm reading what you said.
What do you mean?
I'm wrong.
Which fact?
This came out
9/11.
This came out after 9/11?
No, I just looked it up because I was confused. It did come out in 2000.
I
so
know,
you're right.
but-
I'm wrong.
but-
I wrote down the wrong fact.
No, but Jack is also. I'm going to read the whole
Wait.
thing. Guys, are you ready for fun facts?
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know.
Are
I'm
you ready
scared.
for 9/11 fun facts?
Oh,
Oh
God.
God.
We're ending the show. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the original movie version of the movie, the X logo falls on Max and Tank during the X Game Finals. That scene was edited.
Was it edited out on
The
Disney
scene
Plus?
was edited out of the movie due to the 9/11 attacks.
Oh.
They thought it was too 9/11-y.
Not
They're-
9/11-y.
Oh, maybe it did it afterwards.
Right.
Maybe
They
the movie came out.
They
re-edited. Okay, okay.
Edited it.
Hence the word edited. Yeah. The X logo collapsed so the movie just skips straight to the part where the X logo collapsed to the part when Max, Goofy, and Tank emerge from the smoke. Wait, that's not true.
Thing.
So wait, did we watch the original theatrical cut? Did they?
There might not be
There
a new
might not
cut.
be one.
That's
That
what she's
might be
saying.
like a false.
That's a
thing.
false fact.
Or maybe with the Disney Plus
Well,
like
maybe
technology, they put it back in.
maybe they said it's been long enough. Never
Yeah.
forget. We're gonna forget.
We're gonna forget.
Jesus.
Put it
We
back.
forgot.
Because what I watched last night, I saw the X.
I saw the X go down.
Yeah, I did.
And I saw, and by the way, the scene where Max is in there
Yeah.
saving Tank,
Yeah.
Tank is pinned down
Yeah.
under debris,
And he
fire
goes,
around him.
"Well, you
I
better
was-
hurry. We're
it's a-
about to be shish kebabs or
Yeah,
whatever."
I was like, this is dark.
It's intense.
Yeah,
It's an intense scene, which by the way, yeah, if this DVD was selling in 2012, I know what year 9/11 happened.
Yeah, I did not forget.
Are you sure?
2000
You say you're a New Yorker.
If this came out in 2002, like 1 year after that, you better edit that scene out of this fucking movie because
Yeah.
it's
It's
intense.
a lot.
They must
But-
have edited it out in some versions. and
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah, yeah.
But
watched
right now
it.
on
Yeah.
Disney Plus,
It's
the scene's in
there.
there.
And Prime Video.
So Max's team gets squeaks by because they got a score average barely above 6. But if you actually average the scores that were shown on screen, they got a 5.85. They should not have qualified.
Whoopsies.
Oh, they did the wrong math.
No one was checking the math.
They didn't check the math.
You hate
We're
to see it.
artists, okay? We're not mathematicians.
Damn.
We
That's
never claimed to
unfortunate.
be.
They're probably kicking themselves for that too.
I don't do numbers.
So a bummer, Jenna Von Oy, who played Roxanne and Stacy, she's the only character to not reprise her role.
Oh, what
Bummer.
happened?
I don't know.
But it's also kind of nice because everybody else wanted to come back.
That does say that everyone else wanted to
Yeah,
come
did
back.
she not want to come back, or she just didn't come back? Her
Oh
story.
no,
didn't
maybe her story
continue.
was just.
They said we don't
That's all
know
they
how to
said.
write a woman. We can't
That's-
possibly. I don't know if you guys noticed the movies. So there's when Max is riding a skateboard through campus, they go by the movie theater,
Mm.
and this must be the greatest weekend in movies of all time.
Go on.
Because the 3 movies playing are The Goof Father,
Great.
and Goof Fiction 2,
Pulp Fiction 2?
which really confused me.
I want to go to this universe.
Because The Godfather and The Terminator both have 2s.
Yeah.
But Pulp Fiction does not. And you know what? I got that wrong. I believe it's the Pup Father. No, Pup Fiction. Pup. I wrote it in my
Wow.
phone.
Pulp Fiction.
I want to know what they know that we don't about Pulp Fiction, the sequel.
They were just trying to
They were trying to force Tarantino's hand.
I like
is
it.
making that one.
Tarantino gonna watch this and he's
I
gonna
wonder
have
if
no
anyone's
choice.
asked Tarantino, hey, so did you ever see an extremely goofy movie?
He'll
Did you
probably
ever
say,
notice?
yeah.
You ever notice that one clip?
Uh-huh.
Pulp Fiction 2?
Just saying.
What do you think?
So something that was a real shocker for me, I clearly watched this without memory of the first movie, so I was really excited that it was Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
Mhm.
I love his voice.
Oh, God.
And then I was like, that's just so funny that they have someone doing a Pauly Shore impression.
Ah!
And then I looked it up, and it is Pauly Shore, which was
Yeah.
so exciting. And I'm like, how do I not remember that from the first Goofy movie?
How
That's right?
how could you not?
Well, and I just looked this up. Pauly Shore is not credited.
Oh,
In a Goofy
yeah,
movie.
Why?
That's right.
He did not, he asked to be uncredited.
Yeah.
He did not want it
What?
because he didn't want Disney to sell the movie on his name. He's, cause Robin Williams famously,
Would always uncredit himself.
tried to not have
Yeah.
his name credited
Well, he
on
can do
Aladdin because he didn't want to take a focus away from voice
That's
actors.
so weird.
and-
Everyone knows it's you.
well, yeah, but there's a
Sometime-
great video I
yeah.
say about Robin Williams with Aladdin and
Yeah.
how the stars voicing characters change this
Yeah.
this
he was-
industry
yeah.
forever and
The
Yeah.
Lisa Nagani.
But it was just it was because he was also really good
Mhm.
at it. He got cast because he was really good at it. And then they were like, wait a second, we could actually just use your name to sell this movie. I didn't know that we were gonna get a lift from just your name alone. And then he's like, I didn't want to know. I don't want to.
I love
He-
Pauly Shore.
Yeah, he
I
was
just want to say for the record, Pauly Shore, because he became such a punchline for such a long time.
Mhm.
That man makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Then this is just a cute fun fact. So there's a Sasquatch in a Goofy movie,
Uh-huh.
you might recall.
Yes.
The 1995
Oh,
classic.
I can
Yeah.
forget that camping scene where we get to see Goofy's fat ass.
One of Upper Crust's thugs is just a shaved down version of Sasquatch. They took the
Funny.
same character and
Very
He got
cool.
a shave.
Yep.
Little secret Easter eggs and Potts from Beauty and the Beast is in the background.
what are you talking about?
Saw that on Reddit. She's in the back of a clip in the very beginning when Goofy's in his robe and he goes to do the dishes or whatever.
Oh,
Potts
she's just
from
a
Beauty and the
pot.
Beast. Yeah.
That's cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
And
Disney.
then this is Rainie. I got to give you big ups. I cannot believe you found this fun fact.
Go on.
Did you know that in an extremely goofy movie, Goofy is caked the fuck up?
Hell yeah, he is. Got that fat old ass. Fat old ass.
That dump truck can sit on me anytime.
Dumps like a truck. Truck.
Guys, like what? Look, yuck. Give me another episode. Give me another one.
That's like yuck.
Yuck.
I'm
Now he
marking
must
it.
decide, is this movie a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty?
This is one of those movies that you can feel was shackled by the childlike nature of cartoons of that age. If this was an adult animated film, it would probably hit on its darker subject matter a little bit harder than it was allowed to be under the Disney umbrella. So I feel like it's a pleasure just for the fact that they went right at that fucking level, right there, without, like, I guess, breaking the mold too much or being too mature for its audience. And also, Goofy's black, and that's sick.
I'm going to yes and that I think that the financial limitations are part of what held this movie back. And despite being a direct-to-DVD sequel, this movie fucking rips. There's good animation. And we didn't talk about Goofy skateboarding up into the air and then his 70s garb, like little parachute pants turning into parachutes. And he coasts
Tony
down.
Hawk could never.
Fly as hell. The writing is sharp as it's so funny. There are excellent jokes, some great animation. It made all three of us cry.
Yeah.
That's stupid. This is a pleasure.
Yeah. I couldn't rightfully give Brink like a pleasure and not this because I genuinely think this went deeper. This went more
Less scattered.
less scattered. Also, like I said, like it was racking focus in animation.
Yeah,
And
right.
I rewound it like a couple times. And I was like, oh
They
my
should
God.
just fucking make
What the
a
fuck?
drawing blurry.
Like someone did not have to do that.
Yeah.
And if you want to cry about your relationship with your dad, watch this movie. And for that, I have to give it a full P.
Yeah.
Like any guilty that you could even claim is just like, oh no, they literally didn't have a budget.
They
dog.
didn't have the
That's
money
like
to
you
do it.
shitting on indie artists at
Yeah.
Disney.
This is actually an indie film that happens to be sponsored by ESPN and the X Games.
yeah.
ESPN2, the X Games, Disney Plus.
Don't forget.
Synergy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love
Ownership.
synergy.
Mhm.
Well, hey guys, we hope to see you at
Dynasty
the live
typewriter.
finale, Guilty Pleasures Live.
Me finding out it's
Dynasty
a finale live. That's
typewriter.
funny.
Send us out in style.
Wear your merch.
Oh my god, and come buy some merch.
Aren't we doing VIP meet and greet tickets?
We sure are.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah, you can come
Very cool.
hang out with us. This might be the only time you'll
We
ever get to take
ever
a
do
picture
this.
with all three of us.
Three of us together.
Yeah, that's actually very fair.
true.
I mean, otherwise, unless you're just like hanging out at
One of our houses.
Regal Cinema,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
catch us coming in.
AMC, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at Corn Diddy on all the things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
I'm Garrick Bernard and all the things.
And until next time, Gorsh, I got that thing.
that thing on me.